Hey everyone, this is the Random Podcast, and we're back with some more wrestling news and information and reviews. I'm Brandon.
I'm Blakely.
And let's get into this. Now, we are starting off a little bit different. I saw this on TikTok. I can't remember the guys' names, but we're going to be drafting a main event. And we only have $15, which sounds about right. But first up, we have round one is the wrestler. Now, number 5, for $5, we have Roman Reigns. For $4, we have Cody Rhodes. For number 3, we have Seth Rollins, or $3. For $2, we have Jon Moxley. And for $1, we have Dominic Mysterio. I'll let you pick first.
I'll go Roman Reigns for $5.
Okay. So, you chose him. You're already down to $10.
I'm going to keep count of how much money I have.
I'm going to actually go Seth, because I think Seth is a good deal for $3. And I'm not looking ahead, even though I know what it was. I've already forgot writing it down. We're not looking ahead. Second wrestler, this is round 2, so they'll be head-to-head. For $5, we have The Rock. For $4, we have CM Punk. For $3, we have Drew McIntyre. For $2, we have Logan Paul. And for $1, poor old Powerhouse Hobbs.
I'm going to go 3 Drew, because I like Drew McIntyre.
I'm going to go with, let's see, it was 12. I'm going to go for $4 and get CM Punk, because I think we're about to get that anyway in real life. Okay, for round 3, we have a match type. So for $5, Hell in a Cell. For $4, we have, I can't remember what that is.
Last Man Standing.
Last Man Standing, thank you. For $3, no disqualification. For $2, tables. And for $1, submission. I'll let you go first as usual.
I'll go tables match. Because then that leaves me $10. Well, that gives me $5 more I could use.
Yeah, I was going to say. This is kind of tough because I think Hell in a Cell would be great. But then that limits the rest of my stuff. Last Man Standing, I think this match would get boring, Last Man Standing, honestly, for me. But I think no DQ would be like perfect for these two.
Mm-hmm.
That way they could just do whatever the world they want. All right, so we have round 4. We have a brand, and I called it brand, but I guess show would probably be better. For $5, WrestleMania. For $4, Royal Rumble. For $3, Raw SmackDown. For $2, NXT. For $1, AEW Rampage.
I'm gonna go $5 WrestleMania.
Okay.
Because it's a show of shows.
I think that would be pretty good. And of course, I'm going Royal Rumble. And as much as this could be a WrestleMania match, I think it's more of a Royal Rumble match to set up something bigger. Is kind of where I'm looking at. But we'll let y'all decide in the comments who had the better show, so to speak. Oh wow, it's way up there. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
But yeah, Seth for CM Punk, I think we're going to get anyway. I wouldn't be surprised if eventually we get a no DQ type match.
Again, this next month, upcoming Monday.
Yeah, I mean, so I think you put them in a Last Man Standing. Yet probably could be good, but I don't know. I feel like it could be boring as crap. Sometimes CM Punk matches get boring for me, even though I like CM Punk.
Yeah.
We might do more of these in the future.
There's one.
It's a lot of writing. But pick it up later. But up next, this might be more of a shorter one, wrestling, because from the last one to this one, all we had was like main event. So nothing major. But tomorrow, which this will go up when I say tomorrow, actually Monday, January the 6th, is the first Netflix on a Raw on Netflix.
Woo!
And we will be posting about that before or after. I haven't decided yet. But look for a short, maybe 2 shorts. I'm not sure what platform yet. But now when we did our guesses on main event, we didn't have a lot of the matches. We're not decided yet when we first originally said it. But I'm trying to think of which was that was ours. So for Saturday night main event, first up we had Sammy versus Drew, which Drew won. Which we had talked a little bit before because we knew it was about to happen. We figured Drew would win, and Drew did. It was still a really good match though.
Yeah. They have great chemistry.
They do. The story right now is we know Drew's going after the OG bloodline.
Anybody that teamed with Roman.
Right. It's just a little bit of... I'm kind of wondering what the end game is going to be. Because, eventually it's going to... I think it's going to eventually lead to a War Games or something. It's got to lead somewhere other than just him. And it might not. It might not. He's not going to join the bloodline. Either one.
No.
I think eventually he will go after Solo. And he kind of said that. He's putting it off for now. Because you at least went at, against him.
You're going against Roman.
But I think that's way down the line. I know we're getting Jay versus Drew. Which I'm getting a little ahead of us. But... I know we're getting Drew and Jay tomorrow night on Netflix. Sammy right now, I think, is going to be all over the place.
I think he's headed towards SmackDown because they're in that transfer portal thing.
Yeah.
Because Drew is going to be a mainstay on SmackDown, I do believe. Sammy will eventually be over there. I think Jay might. Now, I don't know if it's like a trade. They never really went fully into depth of what the transfer portal is.
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to go the college football route of transfer portal, but then I don't know.
I think it's kind of picking on making fun of the transfer portal.
But I don't see it going to a War Games because that's almost a year out still. Well, it hasn't even been announced that it's a War Games or not, but I think I've heard and saw rumblings that it could lead to Drew versus Roman at WrestleMania. All the matches just depend on the Rock situation. If he decides if he wants to wrestle or not.
Grace us with his presence.
Yeah. But I've heard that it might end up being Roman and Drew at WrestleMania since they're already having Solo Roman. So I don't...
Yeah, I just like the fact they're making Drew a beast. It's not just, and he even, on SmackDown, I like the fact that, it's the way he was talking with Cody. And then he got out of the ring and he said, Cody, you should really watch your back. Like he was trying to help him, but then KO hits him. And I'm like, he was nice and tried to warn you. Just didn't listen. I just love what Drew's been on and they've had for him going. Because even his, TikTok is phenomenal. I mean, it's really good.
Yeah.
He is, to me, if I could go back, I would give him, and I don't remember who I selected, I would give him Superstar of the Year. Because I forgot about this, how much he's used social media to continue his character work. Mm-hmm. He's not just, even for his Christmas, it was hilarious. Halloween was funny. He knows what he's doing. And I think this is the Drew we could have always had. And now we're getting it, and I'm happy for it.
And we could be getting a team up with Kevin Owens and Drew. Because I know you didn't see it, but later on, Jay bumped into Kevin Owens, and they had a little back and forth. And when Kevin walked away, he said, "You better watch your back." And
they even though they didn't do it, whenever Kevin first, did that with Cody, hit him, they had that almost head nod moment where he was like, they did the whole head nod to where I was like, and I wouldn't mind that team up. Those are two of my favorites. I just don't like some of the original rumors that people kind of started. I don't even know if I'll call them fans.
Yeah.
Or them wanting Rollins to create like a shield with those three. That would be a huge mistake. Because I don't think any of them need each other, really.
Yeah.
Next up, but it was Sammy and Drew, even though we talked more of Drew's future. Sammy, I think, they're keeping him in the bloodline just to have him something to do until he breaks out.
He's one of those characters that are just like he doesn't win a lot,
right? And he doesn't need to.
But he's entertaining,
right?
Especially when he's with the Usos, when he's with the bloodline.
Well, that's because he's feeling oozy. So, next up, we had Liv versus Io, and just as a disclaimer, some of these first two matches I did not watch. I missed the timing on main event, and I never could go back and figure out how to watch it. It might be up now, but at this point, there was no point, in my opinion, to go back and watch it because so much has happened since then. But Liv versus Io, I was hoping Io would win. I think we both were, but I was not surprised to hear Liv won.
It was actually a pretty good match.
I still think Io right now is the best women's wrestler on the main roster, in my opinion.
Io?
Yes.
Yeah. She's up there, of course.
Her championship runs might not always be good, but she's one of those for me, like we've talked about this lately, and it's been in the fanverse, so to speak. Some people are better chasing it than actually having it. And that's become a huge conversation. But we do now know we're getting Liv in Rio.
Tomorrow.
Again.
Monday. On Netflix.
I'm hoping this ends it because I'm sick and tired of it. I know everybody is.
Hey, I told you this privately. I think I have. I think what's going to happen is Becky shows up tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And either cost Liv the title. And then Rhea wins it. That's my honest opinion because Liv still brings up Becky. And if Becky wasn't going to be part of the story, then I don't think.
Yeah,
Still throwing out, I'm the one that retired Becky Lynch.
Well, there's 3 comebacks in the next, I say 4 months. Becky, Charlotte, and Alexa. Of those 3, Becky makes way more sense in the storyline.
Here's my thing with Alexa Bliss. I wouldn't throw her straight into a title picture because she hasn't been.
No, she
has to work her way up.
Yeah, and Charlotte needs to be on SmackDown over there against some of them. Like, SmackDown needs a roster build up. They're a good roster on both sides, but SmackDown has a lot of, I don't want to say lowered name because we know them, everybody knows them and they're doing good, but that will help.
Another power.
Push it up. That'll put it over the top. Alexa would be good in like the tag team scene.
And you don't need Becky and Charlotte on the same brand. You don't.
No. And that also puts Charlotte back over there with Bianca and stuff like that because they do have chemistry together as much as I think some of that. Next up, we had Gunther versus Finn versus Damian, and I thought this was a pretty good match.
It was pretty good. They used a triple threat to a good.
Yeah. Everybody looked good.
At one point, I thought Finn was about to win.
Yes. And when I say everybody looked good, is this match made everyone look good. I still cringe every time Damian does a high-flying move to the outside of the ring. I'm afraid he's going to hurt himself. It's just a matter of every time his foot hits the rope. And I'm just afraid that somebody's not going to be there to help him, catch him.
Or get his leg caught.
I still love Damian, but please do that less.
And I think I just got this feeling Gunther's closer to losing that title by each pay-per-view go by.
Yeah. I know they keep stacking the odds.
Yeah.
like higher and higher.
I don't know. I got a feeling CM Punk's going to take him off of it. Mm-hmm. Maybe at the Rumble. Finn, I'm a big fan of Finn, but just Judgment Day is just not doing anything right now.
Judgment Day. My problem with Judgment Day.
And that's the same way with Damian Priest. I just feel like they're stuck in the same loop each week.
Right.
Now maybe going to these 3 hours now, because Triple H came out and said, I think yesterday or the day before, that they'll be able to more flexible the hours.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they need to go over, they can. More creative freedom. Hopefully we can get some of that feel. I don't know if it's going to be the first night.
Well, that first night's going to be, you're going to have everybody on it randomly.
Yeah, and
you might get 30 minutes of one guy and then 2 of another.
They've already said and came out and said it's supposed to be a WrestleMania type of show. So it's going to be a crazy show tomorrow. I know we're getting ahead, but I just need something fresh before Gunther, for Finn and Damian. It was a great match.
See, and well, the thing is too, I love the concept of Judgment Day, and they've already kind of used it as like a, not revolving door, but people can be kicked out. Well, they've been laying it for weeks, of either a Finn issue or a Dom issue. If somebody looks like they might get edged out, but then the next week nothing happens. Or it's like a small moment.
They don't continue that.
Right. It's like there's no continuality. The rut, as to why right now I say, as much as I would like to see a title back on Finn, he doesn't need one for me. It'd be nice because he never technically lost it. I understand.
Maybe
his
when
drive.
it becomes like a not in a group type of setting.
Yeah, he doesn't need a group for me. Now I know he's had previous groups like Bullet Club and all that, but that was a different scenario for me.
He doesn't he was the leader in those groups.
Right.
To me, it feels like there's no leader, which they've said
Yeah,
and Finn's kind of secretly trying to be a leader.
And see, to me, Damian Reed never were secretly a leader. They were just trying to keep him on track. Which maybe that's what you call a leader. I don't. But the thing is with Damian, he's good for the chase of a championship. Not having one. Which we'll probably talk about that later. But next up we had Chelsea versus Michin, and this was a way better match than I thought it was going to be.
It was a really good match.
The ups and downs, there was a couple times I thought Michin was going to win. A couple times I thought Chelsea was going to win. My only issue, and I know she's a heel and all, I would have liked to have kept Piper out of it.
Yeah.
I know she didn't, that wasn't the full reason for the pin, but it was enough to where it was like, man, I kind of wish for the first time for inaugural, no shenanigans. But I know it's a heel, and stick with the classic. But the right person prevailed. I love Michin, but it should have been Chelsea.
Because you could see, I think the crowd would have popped big for Michin, but you saw how the crowd reacted.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, I look at what they're doing on Raw. They got Lara Vakrin and Dakota Kai fighting for the title. Not this upcoming Monday, but next.
Right.
I like what they're doing. It's not main name people like a Bailey or anything like that. It's people that the fans love,
right.
And it's finally going to be able to get that chance to hold a title.
Oh, yeah.
And the right person did win, and it was a great match. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Probably a match of the night contender, but I was, because how big I'm a big Chelsea Green fan.
Right.
I think she does good work. She's doing good work, and so the right person won. And I think Michin will be the next one to beat her for it. They've already planted seeds to it, so.
But I think they got the next 2 champions potentially lined up in Michin and Piper. But I'm glad. The one thing I like to see, and I think it's happening already, is with these 2 women's mid-card championships, we're seeing people who deserve shots or more time. Because like Michin's one of the better female wrestlers. She just doesn't get to show it. Chelsea can do both. So I'm glad we're getting that. And once the whole 3 hours and they get a game plan down, we're going to be seeing even more of that.
Yeah, and since we're on the topic of SmackDown, we got to throw congratulations out there for Tiffany Stratton.
Yes. I was going to hit that later, but now it's
well,
fine.
we do it now because it's
yeah.
you could tell I love how they swerved it though. I know we're getting off topic.
Well, they did a double swerve.
They did a double swerve, and it was amazingly put. And you could see, she's got one of the best moonsaults. That's not me.
Right.
Like it's really like how
her and Jacob fought too are phenomenal when they
like, and you could see when the crowd basically it was. It finally felt good to see it win because to me it's the best women's cash in there is.
Yeah, and the thing, I if I was that referee though, I don't know if I would have counted for her.
After she
bulldozed over the, but that was funny because I was like, oh, wait a minute, what?
And then she hit Naomi.
What I liked was she hit Naomi, and Candice LeRae's like, oh, well, she helped. And then she took out LeRae. She took out Naomi.
Then you forget.
But I'm just saying, she did all of this.
Nia pinned Naomi. They're in the ring celebrating. Yeah. Then Tiffany tells Nia, basically, here you go beat up.
Yeah.
And then while that happens, Tiffany throws her in the corner, turn post.
Yeah.
And then she got out the ring while Bianca came in there and gave a
EST. No.
Something KOD.
The KOD, yeah.
I think that's what it's called. And then threw Bianca out of the ring.
Right.
And then
over the announce table.
Yeah. And then got in there and hit the prettiest moonsault. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it the prettiest moonsault. Hit that, and it was the best moment of Friday.
And then the crowd pop, and on Monday night she's gonna get murdered by Nia. And let's not, let's give Nia her flowers since she's been back. She's been great.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what they do next.
I like I don't know the behind the scenes, but I would say Nia might be taking a break.
I don't know
but after her matches have been after her match has been hilarious. Well, I mean, like after WrestleMania, I think she's taking a break.
Yeah, probably. Making the refs carry her or whatever.
Yeah, or trying. I saw some of the TikToks and it was hilarious.
I want to go see a live house show because they've been doing some cool stuff on live shows, house shows.
But our final match of the night was Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes. I thought it was a good match, and a shout out to Jesse the Body Ventura. I thought he did a great job on commentary. I like the fact that he backed Kevin and how Kevin felt. He's like, well, you did all this, and he helped you, and he's been fighting him. To me, Jesse still has it. Like,
he's gonna be on the next show.
Every time they do a main event, if they want to bring him back, I'm fine with it.
I love him and Pat were interacting.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Well, Pat can interact, I think, with anyone.
Which I'm excited. He's returning tomorrow night with Michael Cole.
But you had Cody win that. Nobody was surprised. It was a better match than I thought it was going to be. But it was a little slow.
It was too slow until the final part when there was a good part, but it wasn't even on the main broadcast.
Yeah. But I did like the fact that he was like, you know what, you want to bring the chair in here? We'll use it. I love that. And for the people saying that Cody's, more of a heel for using it, I was like, to me, the heel is the one who brings it in. He's just using what's there.
Now, the ref being out of the ring, actually, that's actual illegal pin.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to be in there. There's so much story they could have done right there. I don't know if they're going to hit it eventually. But that might be set down the line. I'm excited to see the ladder match at Rumble. I think it's going to be really good. Now, I don't know where they're going to put it on the place of the card.
I don't know. I don't like the Royal Rumble being first.
Well, they like to split up the men's and the women's.
Right. I just don't like either one of them being first.
They could put it first. It's just so hard because we only know the 3 matches. And 2 are just regular matches. Like, we know what they're going to
do. Yeah, it's just a matter of, to me, for the Rumble, I don't know, I want the men's to end it.
Unless there's, like, just this huge surprise for the women's.
See, and here's my thing is, and I don't know how to put it, because the past couple years, it feels like the women's Royal Rumble has been better than the men's. The men's have been better as far as who comes out. Like here, which we will have a special video coming soon, which touch on that after this into this pay-per-view. But the thing is with like the men's past couple years, well, even the women's like last year, it's been too easy to predict who's getting what. I would like it to go back to where it's less predictable.
Because right now, if we're looking early, like a month ahead, it's basically February 1st. There's not a clear cut who's going to win.
No, I mean, which we'll be giving picks, and we'll be talking about that here shortly. But yeah, I think right now there isn't. There's too much up in the air, and I like that we're getting more back to. Yes, we still get some stuff broke over the internet, news and stuff, but it can't be a surprise if we're not surprised. Like
I think even if we see the report, I still even get goosebumps when it comes out.
I get goosebumps, but
because it's like, oh, this is actually happening.
Right.
It's not.
But what I'm saying though is, if we know what their entrant is into the number,
like number wise,
it's like it takes some away. But like when AJ's hit, when he first showed up, I jumped. When I go back and I watch the old Rumble where Cena comes back, it's like
to me, the number 30 doesn't have that special moment anymore.
Right.
I don't know if it's because it is no big return or whatever,
right.
But it just feels like because everybody's waiting to see who's number 30.
Right.
But now it's
Yeah, mine's more who's starting.
Because last year we had Jimmy and Jay start. That was a big moment because then it sets off for them facing a mediocre WrestleMania match. But
very mediocre might be nice.
But like the women's number 2 entrance was Naomi coming back from her run on TNA. Okay. And then number 30 was Liv Morgan, which she was gone for a while. And now we see where her character is now. Makes sense. But now I'm looking back at it, Liv should have been the one to beat. Win the Royal Rumble. I understand why Bayley won.
Right.
Because everything with damage control. Mm-hmm. But you could still make that same story beat without her winning the Rumble and having Liv win the Rumble. Right. Now, we got Becky and Rhea, which was a great match.
Which that was a different times though too.
Yeah,
I think that was a year ago.
Because I don't think they expected Rhea to get hurt like she did.
Well, a lot of stuff, a lot of injuries.
Because I'm sure Liv and Rhea would be done by now if it wasn't for the 2 to 3 injuries Rhea had, which is no fault of Rhea because she carried the women's division for so long. Eventually, body's just going to be tired.
But I mean, as far as Saturday Night Main Event goes, as what I saw the 30 matches. And then I'll, sprinkle in a little bit of the other 2 because I did see highlights. I would say a B.
I'll give it a B. It was a good TV. It was good TV, show. It was because to me, it's not a pay-per-view or anything because it was on Peacock. But I give it a solid. I still give it a solid B too for a good television show. I'm surprised we didn't get that much of nostalgia. Right. Now we did with the refs, looking how they did.
And you had the title belt.
Wing Eagle and just the feel. But I was surprised we didn't get more of the people. Now, some of them have died.
Yeah.
But...
yeah, there's only 5 left?
Now, I know Hulk Hogan's very controversial to some people, but not even seeing him. Right. It was kind of which I think he cut a promo, like a commercial type for the next one.
He's also been very busy.
Yeah.
With other items.
Yeah, but I give it a solid B.
I do as well. What would you say worst match of the night? And I don't want to say worst match of the night, but it's obviously not number 1.
I'm gonna give it to KO and Cody because it was just so slow.
It was slow with a good ending.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that. Match of the night for me was Chelsea and Meechin.
Same.
And it
was just because
they were all decent matches, but it was the ending. It kept me more of because Drew and Sammy, we know Drew was winning, we knew Liv were winning.
I think the crowd helps a lot win the match.
Right.
I look back at probably 2 greatest matches of the year: Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, The Rock, and Roman. The crowd helped a lot, and then in the main event of WrestleMania Night 2 with Cody Roman, the crowd helped a lot.
Right.
To me, it goes back to crowds just being good.
Right. Well, that and you had one of the best female trash talkers in WWE. I think all of WWE with Chelsea. And Michin is no slouch in the ring either. And everybody was up for it. And like you said, you put the title on either one, the crowd's popping. But the fact that they went with Chelsea tells me what they see down the line. I think it's going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
Now, before we get to 3 other items, now in a week or two, in a couple weeks, we have one of our newer videos we're shooting, where on our spare time we will be watching Royal Rumble 1998.
Stone Cold with a
and we will be grading that pay-per-view.
We'll call it a retro review.
Yeah, it is a retro review. Very, very, very.
I got this inspiration from throw a shout out to Deadlock, because they do a lot of retro reviews.
Yes,
and they make it entertaining. I'm not saying we're that level entertaining just yet.
And we won't be streaming, giving our opinions. We'll watch it and give our opinions on it.
But I went to research, because I'm picking these reviews.
Yeah.
And they're not strictly going to be WWE based.
Right.
But since it was Royal Rumble's big to both of us.
It's my favorite pay-per-view.
I'm going to look into the TNA stuff. I think I can get some I might have to get the subscription to TNA, which they're not expensive. Mm-hmm. Looking some WCW, ECW. I really became interested in watching ECW. I don't know why.
MLW is pretty good.
MLW,
which they release a lot of free content on.
I don't know about New Japan. That might be something. I don't know.
That might be hard to get. I don't even know if you can.
I don't think it's so weird for the US. I don't know about AEW. I'm gonna start watching more AEW because they're also put on Max.
Right.
I don't know about pay-per-views are put on Max. I'll do more research on that.
Yeah, and I'll just borrow your account with whatever I can access.
What else was I going to say?
But we are also at the end of that video, after reviewing that video, we'll be giving our picks for Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. What might win what match, and we're doing something kind of special for the Royal Rumble. We are going to be selecting the number 1 and 2 entrant, who we think it's going to be. And that's why we're doing it a little bit earlier than the Rumble. So we won't know. Hopefully we won't know. And then we're also choosing 28th, 29th, and 30th.
We could go top 10 and then the last 4 if you want to.
I feel like there's no way we figure out top 10.
I go 1, 2. I would go 1 and then you go 2. I go 3.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Vice versa. And then,
so we have 5 apiece.
Yeah.
And then also people who would like to see. We can do a couple who do our 5 and 5.
I already know my pick for her.
But then say one from each outside promotion. We'll pick a couple promotions, even though we know they might not be in it, but who we would like to see. Yeah, we'll work some of that out. Like
Hulk Hogan coming in, dropping a leg drop on Roman Reigns.
But we'll figure some of that out. But we do have some stuff working out. We just wanted to let you know about that. Royal Rumble 98. Before we get into our other 2 things, I don't know if you saw this. I saw this. I kind of grew up with some of his commentating, but Greg Gumbel passed away at
he was
78.
Commentating, but he was around.
Right. He's a legend. Will always be considered a legend, easily.
I know him from March Madness more.
From that, condolences out to his family. Now, before we finish,
do I need my marker again?
We have and I kind of know the route you're going to go on this, but we're going to do them one at a time. I saw this once again on TikTok, but we're going to rank the 4 Horsewomen.
Who put the video out?
It's those, yeah. But I didn't put down their ranking. Okay. I just went off the picture they had up there.
Okay.
They also did that, the one we did at the beginning of the video, too. Okay. But I didn't put theirs down because, I'm sorry, that one dude I cannot stand. But first up is Charlotte. And you got to remember there's 4. So.
I put Charlotte at number 2. Because it's not surprising he's going to be number one. I mean, it's just...
I shouldn't even let you choose her, but
Then it wouldn't be fair because it's Four Horsewomen and she's part of Four Horsewomen.
she's 1.5.
I mean, if you look at it, I'll go Charlotte too, just because she is Charlotte Flair. Will be going down as most dominant women's wrestler of all time. You can fight me on that. I don't care. I think Bianca will be a close one, but Charlotte number 2.
I don't think, for me, Bianca will never be near.
I'm becoming a big fan of Bianca. I don't know why.
I've become a little bit more of a fan, but I just feel like she's overrated in certain aspects. It's hard. This is hard because you know how I feel about 3 of them. The one I can't stand. Charlotte for me is 1 and 2, and this is hard. I'm putting Charlotte at 1.
Woo!
And I'm trying to go off of my paper. I'm not sure if I'm spelling it right. I have Charlotte at number 1 because her wrestling, people might be like, oh, she's methodic, the same moves. But some of the moves she does, she should not be able to do at her
Can they do
height
can
and
they
her
do a
ability.
moonsault on the outside of the ring?
I mean, I can, but I'm not getting up to walk. Like, I'm dead.
I wasn't asking you. I was asking those people.
Oh, well, they'll be dead. But, like, even her version of the figure 4, the figure 8,
Put her on spin on it.
is awesome. Like, the way she's able to do it. Some of her outside moves, now, will she be able to do that as flexible? We'll have to wait and see. Long recovery, especially from that type of injury. But she's good on the mic. She's great as a heel, to me. Better heel than face, honestly. Mm-hmm. She's still a pretty good face. For me, she can do the chase for the title or have the title. She makes other people better, to me. Mm-hmm. And her character works good. I think even if she wasn't Ric Flair's daughter, she would still be at the top of the. If she's not, they would be crazy because she's that good. Next up, we have Bayley.
Bayley is number 3 for me. Bayley could be number 2. Bayley could easily be number 1 because she was the first ever Grand Slam champion.
Right.
I liked her heel work, was really good. Her baby face was good. To me, I'm not saying she's fell off at all because she hasn't. She's still main focus. I just don't think she's up there with Charlotte and Becky.
Right.
Because you could put Charlotte and Becky on a poster and it would sell. Mm-hmm. You can put Bayley on a poster, but in some area, like in a corner or something, with a major attraction, a piece.
Sounded so horrible in the corner.
Well, I don't mean it in a bad way. Because I'm a big
put her in the corner, man.
I'm a big Bayley fan, but I don't think she would totally sell a show by herself.
So that's
why I put out 3, and everybody else knows how that.
Well, you know how I feel about Bayley.
Yeah,
but Bayley gets number 3 for me, and along the same lines, she cuts promos well. I loved her as a heel in Damage and Control. And even now, like her fence riding.
Even her stuff with, I don't know if her stuff with Sasha is really good too.
Yes.
Because she helped carry the pandemic.
Well, see, here is the thing with Bayley too. She, unlike some of the others, even though, yes, this could put her in 2 or 1 if you think, she's evolved a lot more for me. Because, I couldn't stand NXT Bayley. And when she first came up, the wacky, I hate that gimmick. Like, I understood she had that gimmick, she did, but when she hit heel, it went boom, like it blew up. It was so good.
When she came out with her little, what was it? It was like, when you do corn, the pitch type thing. And she cut up the Bayley butt. I was like, oh my goodness.
It's what the Grim Reaper had. Scythe. Yeah. Like a scythe.
Because I was probably 15 at the time. Because, I'm a youngin'.
Still a youngin'.
It was a marquee. And then she went on to beat Charlotte. It was like one of the 2 SmackDowns on Fox. I got a great wrestling memory for some reason, but.
Well, here's the thing. I'm just old. My memory sucks on everything. The thing is with Bayley too, like you said, she can main event, but she's not selling. I guess if
Bayley could
right now she's had to carry for so long, I think that's kind of hurt stop to an extent, as to where, yes, she can still carry a company, but she still needs that one or two around her.
Like you were saying, she could easily be one or two, but it's so hard when you have Becky and Charlotte in the same room.
Yeah, some of her promos, she's good on the mic, don't get me wrong, but some of her promos, like, I want to take a nap. Like, when she starts getting on the mic. Now, her wrestling is still up there with some of the good ones. But she's still below Charlotte for me. But I do still love Bayley.
I do too.
Her work with Nia's, I think, helped propel Nia, even though Nia was doing good, has been doing good. I think some of her work with Bayley has helped. Mm-hmm. Next up, we have Sasha.
Are we talking about Sasha just in WWE? Or Sasha
We're talking as the Four Horsewomen. So
because she's still considered a full horsewoman, even though she's out.
Yeah, but we're talking WWE.
In WWE, if we knew that, I would have put her like 3. But I put her at 4 just because I thought we were going outside because that's how I consider it.
No, this is I don't think of her as a Four Horsewoman outside of WWE. Because to me, she became known as a Four Horsewoman in WWE, so therefore outside of no. And I would have said the same thing if Bayley when she left. But technically, even though they have her as a free agent, people talk about Becky as a free agent. You go to WWE.com. Last time I was on there, about a month and a half ago, she was on a roster. Charlotte is just injured. Bayley's there. So I would say current. Sasha will always be number 4 for me because I don't know. I don't like any of her work. Now she puts on good matches with like the Charlottes and the Baileys, but when she's got somebody, I would say like middle ground, who's like going for a mid-card title type, and that's all. Because unfortunately, people don't want to admit it. Some people are only meant for mid-card. I'm sorry, that's the way it goes.
Because the reason why because I thought that's what we were doing outside. Because
right.
I put her at 4 because her just work, like, she puts on good matches. Her just work isn't there. Well, and a lot of people will agree unless they're just Sasha riders. Like, they just, everything Sasha does, they love. People won't say that about Becky, but there's some stuff that I don't like at Becky's.
My thing is with Sasha, even in WWE, her promos were not great. I didn't like, her heel was pretty good, but she was a brat rich kid is what it came off to me. I don't like brat rich kids in real life. Why would I like them? I just didn't like her persona at all. Some of her, and I could be wrong just from my standpoint because I didn't already like her. It probably didn't help. I'm not saying as a person I don't know her, but as the wrestler and persona.
She's a good her person.
When she was saying that about the tag team stuff and her leaving, I felt like it was more than just over the tag team belts and the way the women's division was. I felt like there was some money issues there because then you look at AEW and I know I'm trying to keep that, but before getting to that, I just don't feel like she's on the caliber of Charlotte or Becky at all. And then I think Bayley has surpassed her when she was
because
in WWE.
If Charlotte or Becky were to leave and go to AEW, they would be bigger stars than.
Oh yeah, I think even Bayley would have been.
My thing is, with Sasha Mercedes, I know we're getting off a tangent. I know, but I don't watch AEW. But stuff when I do watch AEW and she comes on, the crowd's just not into her.
Right.
I don't know if it's character wise. I don't know what it is. Now she'll put on good matches, but the character work is just not there.
I think some of that's AEW's fault. But I can't hate on them a lot because I don't watch anything.
They got good stuff. They have good stuff. It's just sometimes Tony Khan puts his hand in there too much. Mm-hmm. Especially the controversy going on with their like opening theme song type of.
Right.
It's by the Something Girls. I
haven't even heard it.
It's not a wrestling music song.
Is that why they're making all the jokes about Netflix, Raw on Netflix?
No.
The new theme song? I saw a lot of TikToks
I haven't
on that,
seen
and
the
it's
theme
random. Song. No, it's just people putting random songs out there.
I like how they're going back and putting like the old theme song with the current wrestlers.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the TikTok where they put the Raw's War, like Netflix actually did it. think
no.
I would have to
I've
send.
not saw it.
I'll send it to you on TikTok if I come across it.
TikTok.
But to me, I'm a big Sasha. I got an autograph from Sasha that you gave me.
Oh, dude, I forgot about that.
Yeah. But she's 4 for me.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. I take more in account into this than I have to take in their wrestling account, not their outside. Because if you go outside of this, Bailey's probably number 1 for me outside of, which we'll get that in a second. Last one is your woman, Becky Lynch.
Yep.
But it's actually Seth's woman.
Becky is number 1 for me. I don't think I need to say more.
Well, I know you're a massive fan because, like, you own her book,
Which actually is a pretty good book.
Read it, I know, once, maybe twice.
No, I've only read it once. I don't read books twice.
I've never even read.
I don't like reading, but...
I'm a collector, so...
No, it's just not... Ever since I got back to watching wrestling, I don't know why. It was like her and Roman. Them were the two. And right. I've been fans for a long time. I just felt like out of all of them, Becky just got overlooked so much. And then until she turned heel, and now she's one of the top female wrestlers going.
Well, I mean, some of her original gimmick was hard to watch. Now, this is tough because you know my opinion on Becky. I don't dislike Becky at all. Don't get me wrong. I kind of feel like she had been overrated by some fans. Some fans have went nuts. You really, I know how much you love Becky, but you can look overall. Mm-hmm. But I never realized how much I liked Becky until her absence. Becky's one of those I put up there with Charlotte. As far as you put them with anyone, that match is going to be good. Doesn't matter who it is. And Becky Becky reminds me of, like, your older female, like Lita, Trish, Gail Kim, some of those that really pushed women's wrestling. Because Becky's like, you give me a bloody nose, I'm going to fight you even harder. She has that type, which a bunch of them fight through injury, don't get me wrong. But Becky, like, uses that and it fuels her. I'm making more of her case for number 1 than number 2. But my thing is, the only reason Becky is a little bit behind Charlotte is that there's not much. Honestly, I can't give much other than my love for Charlotte's a little bit higher. To me, Charlotte uses social media more to get her over, but I also don't follow Becky as much. So that's why I said it's hard for me to put them.
When Becky was first became the man, that's where it's... Okay, that sounds weird. But...
her persona... She
used Twitter a lot to get her. She was...
I wasn't on it then.
She was the Drew McIntyre before Drew McIntyre was. She helped Seth Rollins get to the character he was. Are you
saying she was a man before Drew was a man? No, but see, like I said, I can't take that into account because I never saw it. That's why she's behind for me on that. But I will tell you this. I will pop for both of them, but I tell you this right now, the crowd will pop harder for Becky than Charlotte.
Yeah.
And see, this is where I'll give you on this, and this is why I said it's hard for me to even put Charlotte at 1 over Becky, is because
Becky seems more like a people's wrestler than Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte's a better heel for me. Becky is a way better face, obviously. But some of Becky's moves, I feel, I don't want to say anybody can do, but I would like to see her get something more special than some of her stuff. That's the same way with Bayley's down farther. Is her, like, the Rose Plant's fine, but her Bayley to belly, I'm sorry, whoever came up with that needs to be punched in the face. Or throat, whichever hurts worse. I just think that's dumb. But I am ready for both of them to come back. Now, as a whole, if we went if you threw Sasha in there for outside as well, she would still be 4 for me. Mm-hmm. I don't think she can pull the crowd anymore. I think, if she comes back to WWE, people will pop, but I think people are kind of over her.
It could be the CM Punk thing, but Sasha's getting paid, of course. Everybody knows she's getting paid. Right. I don't know how long, but if I was her, I would end up back in WWE. That's just your safe bet.
I think she's one of them, and maybe she didn't design this. I think somebody needs to design the character for her. Because if this is her making this character, this is bad. Like,
she was
even before coming into it's like before coming to AEW, I was like, nobody likes this character. Like, people are already against it.
AEW hurt her more than people noticed, and she probably noticed. I would say the same thing with Ricochet.
Ricochet is horrible. Now, and I've saw the stuff. I don't watch AEW, but the clips I see, I was like, you could have stayed in WWE. And
there's a good Twitter person going around still asking updates of Ricochet because
that is hilarious. Is he still injured? We haven't. But before we have one more thing before we finish, I just want to bring up we are the 1998. Do look for that. I plan on watching it. I wanted to wait until we get closer so it can be still in my brain.
I'm gonna write down every matches and what I think about it to help me better remember.
I plan on watching it next week.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it. I don't know. I'm gonna be in wrestling mood tomorrow because I'm really excited for Raw on Netflix. So I might just pop down and watch it tomorrow.
I don't know. I don't want to ruin Netflix and or ruin either one.
I'm trying to remember if it's Stone Cold's first win, 98.
I don't know. I didn't.
I can't wait to see who's all going to be wrestling on that.
I wasn't the biggest Stone Cold fan back then. So, of course, during that time, I had other stuff going on. I would have been 13. I wouldn't have cared about. I wouldn't have cared about certain things back then. But do look for that. I know you're going to be doing a live. You said after.
I'm gonna do a
YouTube short. Sorry, not live. A YouTube short.
I could try to go live on YouTube. I don't know.
After Raw,
it's gonna be like 10 o'clock, so I don't know.
I think I'll do a short before. Just saying, hey, check out Netflix. But I figured what we can do now. We have a lot of videos, and we're gonna have a team meeting here in a couple of hours. Always wanted to say that we're gonna have a randomest podcast meeting. Amongst the employees, all 2 of us. Team meeting! But we have a lot of videos coming the next 3 weeks. Might even be a couple videos in a week. So, but we're going to finish it up. Blake will be doing his first ever pack opening today of WWE cards. Have you ever opened a pack of cards before?
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't sure.
Why would you think I've never opened up no pack of cards?
You'd be surprised today. But these are, he's never done one on camera. But these are the official trading cards of WCW, which is World Championship Wrestling's 1991. There's 12 full color. They're color cards.
Because there's 1991.
Yeah, we had color back then.
We have Surfer Boy, Sting.
Yeah, I'm keeping that.
A.K.A. the Stinger. Weighing in at
the Stingerooski
262 at hometown of.
Wait a minute, does it actually say A.K.A. the Stinger? Oh my goodness! Stinger.
Home of Venice Beach, California. Would you let me read the description?
No. Okay. I mean, you open it how you want. I'm just saying that's my card.
We have the 16-time world champion.
Rick. You got to do it.
You want me to do the woo? Woo! Ric Flair. Hey. A.K.A. the nature boy.
Dang, it does say.
Hobbies, styling, and profiling.
Does it seriously say that?
Home. Charlotte,
Eric Bischoff must have put these cards together.
That's my card, I guess.
Oh, you have one. Yeah, this
then it's the Southern Boys. I don't know who are the Southern Boys, but the Southern Boys.
I remember them.
Southern Boys, Steve Armstrong and Tracy Smothers.
Yeah.
Guess what their heights are? 6'2" each.
You told me to guess, and then you tell me.
Guess what weights they are?
One is 235 and the other one is 265.
Nope, they're both 235.
Hey, the fact that I got one of them right is cool.
Now we have Sid Vicious.
I like Sid Vicious.
He doesn't have an AKA. His height was just...
He was Sid Vicious.
He was just 6'9". Now they're tall.
He was taller than that.
I thought he was like at least 7 foot.
That's what I thought.
You know what his quote is?
I'll get you, my pretty.
I'm a full fuel-injected suicide machine.
You sure they really said that word? But that's my card.
Then we have another Ric Flair. This one he's wrestling in.
Who's he wrestling?
Looks like the Stinger.
That is Sting. Actually, that's almost the same outfit. That's definitely... No, that's when he went more with the bigger...
Skeleton.
Yeah.
Scorpion.
Yeah, but it was
He's
still like
6'1" on this card. I don't know how tall he is on this one. Oh, he doesn't even have one. This is number 37. His weight is 245, and guess what his favorite hold is?
I'm sorry, what?
Guess what his favorite hold is?
Shooting star suicide press.
No, it was a flying knee drop, which ain't even a hold.
Really?
It's not even a hold.
I said something cockamamie and I was still right.
Well, another Southern voice.
Is that all we got?
Miss Hyatt.
Missy Hyatt.
Missy Hyatt.
Yeah.
She was 5'8", the same height as me. I might be 5'9".
Only 5'8"?
I might be 5'9" now. I'm 5'10".
I think I'm 5'11".
She's from the hometown of Tallahassee, Florida.
Really?
Yep.
I did not know
And her hobbies are thoroughbred horses.
Thoroughbred?
Thoroughbred.
Thoroughbred. How is that a hobby?
We have the human spinebuster, Arn Anderson.
His Spinebuster is one of my favorites.
He is 6 feet. He weighs 249 at the time of this card.
I felt like we're on Tinder.
Favorite hold, Spinebuster and a DDT.
Does he like long walks on the beach?
Do you swipe left or right on?
I don't remember
which
is which. I always
right
go
is
backwards.
like, left is no.
That's why I kept getting weird ones when I hit right. I thought right was no.
Yeah.
Crap.
Arn Anderson.
Yeah, Arn Anderson.
Flying Brian.
Pillman?
No, it just says Flying Brian.
Yeah, but his last name was Pillman.
No, it's Flying Brian.
Yeah, but his...
I know it's Pillman.
I'm sorry, we're going to fight?
Height 6 foot, weighs 226, from hometown of Cincinnati, Ohio.
Really? I thought he was from Illinois. I know that's random, but...
Doom.
I do not remember Doom. I remember the video game. Oh, the two guys.
It's a tag team. Ron Simmons and Butch Reed.
I know Ron. I love Ron Simmons, but I didn't know he was part of Doom.
Then we got El Giant.
El Gigante.
The Giant. Guess what how old he was?
7'3".
Nope, he was 7'7".
Damn, he was that.
Guess what his past achievements were?
He ate the world's biggest taco.
Drafted by the Atlanta Hawks.
I didn't really.
Wasn't that Giant Gonzalez?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't know he was drafted by the Hawks. That's cool.
And then we got Terry Taylor.
I hadn't heard that name in forever.
Guess what his greatest achievement was?
He once caught a bullet with his bare hand.
Winning the World TV title.
Oh, wait a minute. He's not Chris Tucker's dad. Or no, Jackie Chan's dad.
And then his favorite hold was...
Headlock.
A 5-arm.
A what?
5-arm.
Who has 5 arms?
5-arm. I don't know. It's his favorite hold. I didn't watch Terry Taylor. I wasn't even alive.
I didn't. I was alive in 91, but...
These were 12 years before I was born.
I would imagine he was a mid-carder.
Yeah, he won the world title.
I'm keeping these. These are mine.
I only got Ric Flair.
You can keep any of them now.
I don't want any of these.
Oh, wow. That was rude. Not even a 5-arm holder?
Not Terry Taylor.
I'd be willing to part with...
No offense to any of them that are still alive.
I'd be willing to part with anybody but Sting. You want the second Ric Flair?
I want 2 Ric Flairs.
What do you want, Sid Vicious?
I'll take Sid Vicious.
Arn Anderson's mine. He's one of my... Double A is one of my favorites. He also has one of the best wrestling lines of all time. When he told him he couldn't have his spot, or did you see that? You can't have my dog spot. You can't have my kidney spot, but you can have my spot.
And then with the 1991 WCW card.
But yeah, if you'd like to see more of this, I got this in a mystery box on my channel. But I figured you might get a little bit of fun opening them.
I did. I like making fun of them.
There were some of these people. I've not heard Terry Taylor's name in a long time. I've never heard of Doom other than the video game. And the movie with The Rock in it, and Carl Urban. Not a very good movie, honestly. But yeah, stay tuned. We got a lot coming soon. Another college football playoff video, which will come out the same time as this one. Stay tuned for our. We'll be shooting some shorts for Netflix, Raw on Netflix. We also have the. I'm gonna say Windows 98. Royal Rumble 98, which will also be giving out some picks. We'll be working on how we're going to do that, and we'll let you, you'll know when that video hits. We also have a all-time movie awards coming. We also have our comedy movies, our top 5 and top 5 comedy actors. In our opinion, this is not.
Drew Carey's up there for me. He's like top 2.
At first, I thought you said Drew Carey. But we have a lot coming down the pipeline. We also have somebody went and saw Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Sonic 3.
That movie review will be coming out next week. And we have a special little treat for that. I may or may not be eating during that video. You can't because you're answering questions.
Is it a spoiler video? Because if it's...
We'll put on their spoiler video, but by the time this video even comes out, it'll already be about 3 weeks.
Yeah,
4 weeks.
Because this is something new that we're going to have to try to work out and figure out.
Right. We're using our movie and TV reviews and some of the wrestling reviews as when we don't shoot. So we have something coming out until we can get better grasp, because this is our first full year like we've said in the past. But until next time, we'll see you later.
Peace.